Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, innovation,
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Brainstorm Broadcast. Lots of young people, after completing their higher school education, they pursue several goals in their life, among others, higher education. There is sometimes they try to get there firsthand or they get it through scholarship. So in today's topic or top issue, we're going to deal with higher education and scholarship. I'm delighted to welcome on this stage our host, the man whose name is Rodrigue Bonsole, and we're going to discuss this issue together. Hello, sir, and welcome to this program.
Hi, sir. I'm very happy to be here once again on the national TV to explain to the people the importance of the higher education and to tell them why do people have to go abroad and why do Congolese, other Congolese don't have to go abroad and study here. But we have to explain to them what is the importance of studying abroad and go on.
As highlighted the higher education and the scholarship. So I first of all want you to break up the concept higher education.
The concept of higher education can be broken down into a few key components. The academic programs, the institutions, funding and scholarship, research and development, extracurricular activities, global mobilities, and so on. And if you want to explain to the people why, what means academic programs, this includes undergraduate degrees like bachelor's and postgraduate degree like master's and doctorate. In each level of studies involves more specialized knowledge and research. Another one is institutions, universities, college, and technical schools. They can vary greatly in size, focus, and prestige. Another one is funding and scholarship, ways to finance educations, including student loans, grants, and scholarship. Each has different criteria and benefits.
Okay, so if you can sum it up in short, how can you explain higher education? Is it academic training or be precise, especially to help?
I want to explain to the population they have to understand that university and colleges, they have a huge difference. Abroad, if you go to study abroad, you have, for example, to go to the universities, you will spend like 4 years. And when you go to the colleges, you will spend 2 years. In universities, you will become what we call a qualified person to work in a good factory and to be a kind of a trainer. It is like here at UPN, when you go to the university, you can teach and be a kind of a mentor because you are trained to be, to become a mentor. But when you go to the colleges, you will have a kind of low expectations of produce because you haven't spent more years like the one who has gone to the universities. In the colleges, you spend 2 years, but there you spend 4 years, and you go to get more knowledge about what you can become in the future. In Congo here, I have understood something like, back here, Mr. Guy, we had people going to the 5 years of universities, what I can call a university. But right now we have what we call 2 years, a kind of LMD. You know, it's less time, but too
Yes,
much
we're going to
teaching.
discuss all the details about this topic, higher education and scholarship. But I want you to get insight by taking a look at this video. What is higher education? Please watch and we'll be back.
What is higher education? Any qualification you study at level 4 or above is what we call higher education. But there's not just one way to study, there's actually loads of different ways, with lots of different subjects to choose from. There are broad subjects, allowing you to develop skills and knowledge that could be applied to a variety of different roles and sectors, and there are very specific subjects, designed to prepare you for a particular career or vocation. But it's not all about the qualifications. There's loads of reasons to study higher education. From learning new skills to meeting new people, from gaining valuable experience to becoming an expert in a subject you love. Higher education really does offer something for everyone. You might study at home or even move away. You might even get to study abroad. It'll be challenging, but most importantly, it'll be exciting. And with so many options available, you can choose a course that's perfect for you and best suits your own learning style. Higher education will give you all the tools you need for an exciting and successful future, whatever you choose to do. For more information about higher education, visit www.futureme.ac.uk.
Like to go to the colleges because we spent less years. But in universities, you will spend more years, a kind of 4 seasons, like you go to the fall, winter, spring, and autumns. You know, you will spend 4 period of seasons to study and get more knowledge because you are trying to make, you know, a kind of research. They give you knowledge, and you go to make research, you travel abroad, and you find what you studied and to make them in practice. But here, for instance, you go to the colleges of 2 years, you have less time of doing that. It is quite real. The one who spent 4 years and who spent 2 years, they are different. Colleges is a kind of what I used to call high school studies. And they have less a kind of tuition. They pay small tuition than the one who go to the university is paying too much more tuitions. You know, this is true a kind of difference. And the one who went to universities, for example, he used to go to make a specialized for example, I am a doctor and I want to kind of go to treat and to heal people. I will do researches, make researches in animals, make researches in people, make researches in the population to find what is the true healing way to give to people. But colleges, they spend less years and they are eager to go to the market of work. The market of work, it needs a kind of urgent. The one is very urgent and come study and come and work. But universities more better for a well-known person to go on.
I want you to tell us or tell the viewers honestly, is higher education mandatory for success in life?
I want to remove something that you have point out here, Mr. Guy. The successful person, I mean, a man to become rich or to gain money or to be popular doesn't need to go to the universities.
But that's a trend in a society, in the community.
Of course.
A lot of young people want to pursue higher education because they think by having a higher education training, they could be successful in
That
their
is
life.
a kind of a stereotype. You know, people, they have in mind that when you go to the universities, you will become rich or you will get much money or you become popular. This is fake. This is not true. Universities are kind of, giving you knowledge to become a true man, to be qualified to work in banks, to be qualified to lead people, to be qualified to be someone, and to get knowledge, to transmit what you have learned. But to become successful doesn't need for you to go to the universities, for you to go to the colleges. We have seen many uneducated people gaining lives. For example, I have known like Bill Gates, Mr. Guy, Bill Gates, he got money, he became rich when he was younger. Steve Jobs, he got money, he became rich when he was younger. Mark Zuckerberg, he got money when he was younger. They haven't completed their studies. You know, this is a kind of luck. If you are a lucky man, you can gain your life without going to the universities. But it is important for each one to go to the college, to be trained, to be formed, to become someone, in mind, to be strong in knowledge, in writing, in computing. You know, this is very fine for everyone to understand.
Your last statement is relevant, but I know there are students who do well, who have a good performance in a university or college. There are others who have a poor performance. So what is the requirement for a better education, a better higher education?
Yeah, in Africa, it is very tough to gain a good knowledge from higher education, like universities like Harvard, like MIT, like what you call Yale, because of people are poor. I checked online how much is the tuition for Harvard. I was astonished. How can you vouch? How can you reach $100,000 to pay for a season? It's very huge. You know, when you go to the Yale, they will talk to you that you have to pay here. Before coming here, you pay $70,000 before you go there.
Costly.
Costly, yeah. But all of the African people, we depend on scholarships. If I go there, I get my scholarships. You know, I found part-time jobs. The part-time jobs can pay for me. You know, I got $20,000 a month. I will share. I keep 10 in the bank, and I keep 10 to pay for the tuition. You know, the salary is higher and the pay is less. I often keep my money, you know, to save and organize my life. This is very different from higher ed universities like Harvard, Yale, and MIT in Massachusetts.
Okay, since we try to embrace many universities around the world, including in the DRC, so it's understandable that you approach that issue on how much a student pay, and so we're going to touch on grant or scholarship shortly.
Exactly.
But now, what should be the goal of an individual pursuing higher education?
Yeah, a goal of an individual to pursue higher education is, you know, we are born as, animals. We don't have knowledge. We gain knowledge through the people who have understood and through people who have learned. And when we go to the colleges, we meet different kind of, you know, views. We meet universities. We meet, for example, the global warming knowledge. We get the farming knowledge. We get driving knowledge. Riding bikes knowledge. We meet all of them. Computing knowledge. We have to learn them in universities. But if you stay home, you will get no knowledge about that. I mean, teachers, qualified teachers, they have to teach unknown people.
The following video will shed more light on the purpose of higher education. Please take a look, and we're back.
Higher education is not about pursuing learning at undergraduate, master's, or doctoral level at renowned and established universities. It is not a passport to get a job. It is not about going abroad to be identified with the Ivy League universities such as Cornell, Harvard, or Columbia. Neither it is about accumulation of high-cost grades and CGPAs. The purpose of higher education is more than that. Higher education is about expanding one's thinking and consciousness. A highly learned person or a highly educated person will be able to transcend barriers of limitations and embrace oneness with the limitless. A highly educated person is not a storehouse of knowledge, but a practitioner of knowledge. He is a walking exhibit of human values such as humility, integrity, and righteousness. In short, he is wise. In a nutshell, a person of higher education thinks wisely, speaks wisely, and acts wisely.
All right. Now, some students endeavor to get scholarship for higher education. What could be the reasons for it? Now we come back to the grant or scholarship, especially foreign students who want to go to further their higher education abroad. So what could be the reason for having a grant or scholarship?
Language. America, for example, if you want to go to America, you have to study English. You have to know English well, and you get a test of TOEFL, You get IELTS test. You get what we call as learning online and a kind of English knowledge. And you go to the embassy to get visa. Don't forget that you have to pay money. You book your place for the embassy visa, and you explain to them that I have to go to study abroad. I got my qualifications of high school. You show to them, and then they will prove you if you are really true. Then they can give to you a visa. And when you reach there, have yourself focus on studies. You don't have to go to the movies. You don't have to go to the music. You don't have to watch soccer game. Just focus yourself in studies to become someone. Because behind you, there's a big family waiting for you. And when you go there, you don't have in mind to stay. You have to go to study there and come back to the Democratic Republic of the Congo to give what you have learned and to train your African people to become someone. This is very important to tell people. But what I have seen here, and you will not contradict me, many of our friends, they have gone to the States. They never come back here. I don't want to quote their names. They never come
maybe
back
the
here.
job they would find
Of course, I will come
overseas is much more better than what they can find back
I
home.
want to come back there. It is also about the politics, our Congolese politics,
Okay.
and our kind of African people are not organized. That's why you see people, they go there, they want to come back here because life is better there than here.
All right, as announced at the outset of this program that there are a lot of students who are from higher school who want to pursue their higher education firsthand or through a scholarship. So why is higher education important? So please take a look at this video and we'll be back.
Right.
The biggest benefit of studying at university is you become like a rounded package at the end of it. So you gain academic skills, independence, and then transferable skills alongside that.
The main three reasons I chose to go to university were to enhance my job prospects in the future, to get out of my comfort zone, make some new friends, and to just have a really good time because I've heard that it's the best time of your life.
In my head I had an idea of which career path I wanted to go down, so it was just finding the perfect blend of my two subjects. I realised that I could follow that career path, and uni was the start of essentially my career. I'd say the biggest benefits are things like living away from home and meeting new people, but I think all of that can be placed under one umbrella, which is personal growth.
So coming to university gives you a lot of independence. You have to learn to cook for yourself, you're self-catered, you clean, wash your own clothes, and I found that very gratifying because I got to almost be my own person. Well, it was definitely a very different experience because obviously you're stuck with all these other people and you don't know each other and you've got to learn to cope by yourself. But at the end of the day, because you're all in the same situation, you all bond really well. So we have it's like a family, so we have dinners together, we have a little rota, so we decide who cleans. It's really great, I really enjoy it.
Moving into halls was really inviting, so set up loads of social events, you can meet lots of different people in lots of different environments as well. So you've got sort of the nights out, which are the general expected, what you think from freshers. You've got walking to lectures with people, introductions, so they get you talking. And then joining sports clubs as well, which is where I met most of my friends.
Well, I chose to come to university to further my career prospects. As well as this, there's so many opportunities at university which you don't get at home. When I learned about the opportunities you can have at university, I thought, wow, this is something I'd love to do. Let's seize the moment, go visit a bunch of universities and see what can happen.
Now, we talked about having a grant or scholarship for studying abroad and so forth. And so, can you tell me, even though you have not been abroad just for higher education, some advantages or do students have with a scholarship regarding higher education abroad?
Yeah, some advantages, you know, they have, first of all, they have a housing. They eat for free. They have a car. Yeah, they have a car. You can watch videos of people who have traveled there. They went there very thin, and they become bigger. They are eating well. Yeah, they have a good job, part-time jobs. And if they have all these opportunities, it is very clear for someone to stay and study well. It is very different from the African countries. Here, everything is very tough. Getting a car is tough. Getting money is tough. Getting a work is very tough. So it is very understandable for someone to go and find his job there and stay.
In addition to what Rodrigue Bonsol is speaking about, advantages of students who study abroad through scholarship, we'd like you to take a look at this following video about students' testimony who have got a scholarship and what they can tell more. Please watch.
Xavier N. Tamere is a busy guy from his school.
My GPA currently is a 3.82.
To sports.
I am the captain of the boys swim team.
And scouts. But no matter how busy he gets, the Shortridge High School senior makes time to apply for college scholarships.
I spend at least an hour every day just going through either the scholarships that I've already applied for or applying for new ones.
Natalie Carlson is also a senior throwing her hat in the scholarship ring.
Many people will tell you that your full financial aid package is this patchwork of smaller scholarships that you've applied for.
That means applying for amounts large and small.
I want to be able to start my adulthood debt-free.
Now IPS students can apply for some of that free money easily thanks to a brand new program.
The idea was, how do we remove barriers for our students and make it as easy as possible for them to access these scholarship dollars?
Stephanie Bailey with the IPS Foundation said students fill out one application and technology helps to sort out the opportunities. IPS students have until March 29th to apply for the $100 grand in foundation funds.
My goal is that we spend every last dollar available.
Keep in mind, some scholarships might need families to fill out the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA first. Beyond the foundation, families can reach out to their places of worship, employers, and check out Indiana's scholarship site, learnmoreindiana.org. The Department of Labor also offers students a scholarship search engine, resources to help students like Xavier and Natalie avoid the $28 grand in loans that the average college graduate receives with a diploma.
If your student rolls their eyes at a $250 scholarship, remind them if it takes an hour to apply and they get that money, they just made $250 an hour. Allison Gormley, 13 News.
All right. Now let's come back. Some of the reasons of most Congolese students who have scholarship have never come back home after graduation. So because you stressed on that, say they never come back home, whereas the land need them most. So what can you tell them? What should be the reason? Because of what, and what should they do?
I have a friend of mine is now in Japan. Before he goes to the States, he talked to me that Big Boss, because the name is Big Boss, I was known as Big Boss. Big Boss says, I go there, I will never get married to a white man. Okay, if I get married there, I will give birth, I will have a white, no one is going to look like me. But now, it is different. He went there for years, he got married, and he stayed there. The main reason is marriage. Many people, if they go there, they don't want to come back here because they got married. They are linked to the people of USA. And good jobs. I had a friend of mine who's now a pilot. He went to study there, and he became a pilot. He's riding big planes, piloting big planes. Now he can go to China, Japan, USA, Africa. He's now fine. Good salary of the people. And another reason is politics, as I talked to you before, and the Africa's poor mentality, rich and underground. People prefer to stay where life is better than here. That's why you see people have gone there. I have many friends, I don't want to quote their names. They never want to come back here. This is too bad. So I want to urge them to come back, invest in their country.
I want you now to address friends or even viewers who are watching it right now. Or what kind of tip can you provide to students or your friends who have the vision to go abroad, who envision to get a scholarship for higher education abroad? What kind of tip can you provide them?
Yeah, they have first of all to go to the internet, to find good universities. We have Mr. Guy, you have to know that not all universities that give scholarship. There are universities that don't give scholarship and universities who give scholarship. They have to find online and ask for I-20, okay, the admission letters. the school must send them the admission letters, and they have to pay for service. It is a kind of $200. If they pay for service, and other schools will ask you to pay, a kind of what we call in French, account of the tuition. You have to pay account of that. And if you pay all of them, they give you an I-20, and through the I-20 you go to the embassy to ask for a visa. I think they will give to you a visa, but you have to get a bank statement to prove that you got money in your bank and a house. You know, this is fine for them.
Rodrigue Bonsole, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, sir.
We want you to remind you that Rodrigue Bonsole has previously mentioned is a former Prime Minister spokesperson. With his insight, we try to break down this relevant issue, higher education and scholarship, whether in Congo or abroad, and useful counsels or tips have been provided through this program. And we want you to stay tuned on the second national channel for other issues that will be dealt in the days ahead. Thank you for watching, and bye.
Bye.
Here are some highlights of this program.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Brainstorm exclusive interview.
Our education should be corrected, adapted, and updated.
Live better, they can send their children to school because they can interact with their authorities.
Mechanics, electricity, computer science, you know, innovation, yeah.
And we know that this brainstorm.
Yourself, after watching this interesting program, notice the final statement made by our notable guest, a brand new one.